Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.
There are two rules from Warren Buffett that could actually help all injured runners get back to running sooner if they would just understand how these same rules can be applied to them and not deviate from those rules under any circumstances. I think almost everybody knows who Warren Buffett is, but if you don't, he's a guy who started out with about $10,000 as an initial investment, and he has since turned it into $84 billion. Now, whether you like math or not, whether you're an accountant or not, and whether you're a financial advisor or not, you have to agree that this guy knows how to not lose any money and how to make an investment grow. Well, the same basic principles apply to when you are an athlete and you're trying to gain fitness. You have to take your fitness and you have to build on it over and over and over without losing any ground. It's the same as financial investments in that respect. You have to make forward progress without having any huge losses. And as we all know, when we're trying to build your running fitness, it takes a very long time to make significant gains in your running fitness. When you get injured, you have a problem, and you can lose ground very, very fast. One of the most famous quotes from Warren Buffett, and the one that's probably actually quoted the most, rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. The way that this applies to athletes is that we have to remember we cannot lose our fitness under any circumstances. It's just too difficult to rebuild. It takes too long as an athlete to recover from long periods of inactivity. So you can't afford a setback when you're in training for a marathon or an Ironman. In that case, rule number 1 is don't get injured. Rule number 2 is don't lose your fitness. And the second one is probably a lot more appropriate. If you do get injured, you'll lose your fitness and you just can't afford to do that. The normal treatment routines doctors give to injured runners most of the time is to simply stop exercising, rest, recover, and heal. But it's not that simple. You don't have to lose all your fitness just because you're in the recovery process. You don't have to just sit still. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up. Do something. Stay fit through the recovery process. Strengthen everything else that isn't injured in your system. If you work on maintaining your fitness now, when you do heal, that one injured metatarsal bone or your Achilles tendon or whatever that one injured piece of tissue is that actually has sustained the injury, well, you will be better equipped to return to running and support that injured part and protect it as you ramp up to regain all of your running fitness. That is the key to recovering and returning to running as quickly as possible. Don't ever forget you can control the fitness losses when you are injured. To do that, though, you have to have a goal. You need to work daily to achieve that goal, even if you're injured. Don't think you just have to sit passively by watching all your fitness gains dwindle away, realizing it's going to take many multiples of time to get it back. It doesn't have to be that way. You can stay fit. You can maintain your running fitness, even if you're injured. So remember, rule number 1, don't lose your fitness. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1.
Doc on the Run. We help injured runners run.